The first very important part in answering this question that I really want you all to understand is it really food security or is it really food and nutrition security? What do I mean by that? And I might be seeing a typo there, so forgive me, but it happens, right? We are human. But is it food security or is it food and nutrition security? Ding dong, ding dong. Anybody can answer that? Is it food security or is it food and nutrition security? Right? I see in the chat blazing up there again. Food and nutrition security. Food and nutrition security. Very good. Very accurate. You know why? I'm going to give the short answer why. We could be food secure, right? We could be having food that full us, but not food that fulfill us. What do I mean? I'm sure every single person know what I mean, right? But just in case somebody doesn't understand what I mean, I will explain myself. So we could be having a lot of food. I don't want to call any brand name or anything like that. We could be having a lot of food that, yes, your belly full. Oh, man, full. But after consuming that food, have your body been really nourished? Are you really fulfilled? Do you get all the proper vitamins, protein, carbohydrates, and you name it from the food? There's a possibility that you don't, right? So this is where food and nutrition security is very important, right? Now, let's define food and nutrition security. Food and nutrition security is, having food at all times, growing food at all times, right? That is in a sustainable manner. We must remember that big S word, in a sustainable manner. What does a sustainable manner means? That the food that you are growing today, the methods and the techniques you are using today doesn't affect you tomorrow, right? So here it is. There are some characteristics of food and nutrition security. And now you might be wondering, why and what and why does he come in with? I'll tell you why this slide is so important. Because each one of these slides is things that you all could actually tackle when you are developing your business, when you are growing your business, your agribusiness. Because here's why. The food must be safe. The food must be nutritional. The food must be accessible. It must be reliable. It must be trustworthy. It must be affordable. Of course, it must be sustainable. And of course, it must be local. Absolutely local. So that is when we hear, is Trinidad and Tobago food secure? To answer that question, when you go to the supermarket, how much of those food on the shelves was grown locally? How much of those foods was manufactured locally? How much of those foods was packaged locally? How much of those foods came from local farmers? And when you answer that question with data, with knowledge, you would realize that, sorry to break you all, but we are not food secure at all, right? Because we import a lot of food. And hear what my professor once told me. Our import bill in Trinidad is almost $4 billion US. That is a problem. But guess what? That problem is also a solution. That means that we have a $4 billion opportunity to be able to grow food ourselves. Yeah? I'm going back again. And I'm sticking a pin on this slide because trust me, this sets the tone for all that I'm about to say. Because again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are 8 themes here that creates an opportunity in each one. So you could develop a business that ensuring foods are safe. You could develop an institution, an organization, a service to ensure that foods are nutritious. You could develop an idea to ensure that foods are accessible. We can be saying we're food secure and you live in Sandy Grande, but then you have to drive to Chatham, the next end of Trinidad to get food. It's not accessible. You would literally, as I'm saying, God forbid, you would die from hunger to get to that food. You could create something that ensures that the food is reliable. How do we know that we could trust this food? You could make sure each foods are trustworthy. And of course, the food must be affordable. We cannot afford to pay $30 for one lettuce. I mean, I don't know if the time will come that we might end up paying that. But it has to be affordable based on the budget, based on the salary, and based on your income. And of course, the food must be sustainable. the practices that we use today, we must ensure that it doesn't affect us tomorrow. We can't be growing food, you know, and we're using all the harmful pesticides and herbicides and all them sides, and then that runs off into the ocean, into the river, into the ponds, and then we have no fish. That don't make sense. That causes a problem. That's a harm. And again, the food must be local. My dear friends, this is Food and Nutrition Security 101. I'm sure you are taking your notes at home, taking your pictures, but ensure that after today, you are fully aware. I wish I could have given homework, right? Ensure that after today, you will understand what is food and nutrition security. Safe, nutritious, accessible, reliable, trustworthy, affordable, sustainable, and local. So, again, not every slide I will ask a question, but might be my final question for the first half of it, right? Put in the chat which one of these things you want to tackle. Which one of these characteristics of food security would you be tackling? Would you be coming up with an idea? Which one of them are you already doing? Are you already providing nutritious food? Are you thinking about coming up with an app to make sure foods are affordable? Are you thinking about coming up with some program to make sure the way farmers are growing food is sustainable and it's safe? So let me see. Come on, guys. Give me a quick answer there on which one of these characteristics would you all be tackling, you know, via your business, your idea, or maybe it's now sparking an idea to, you know, I never think about that. I could really tackle the accessibility. Yeah, come on, guys. Let me see. We're getting some answers. We're getting safe, affordable, nutrition. Yeah. I mean, keep the answers coming. And there's a reason why I'm telling you all to write this down. You know, when you write something, it goes into your subconscious mind and you plant these seeds. And trust me, my life, I have seen it by writing down something and the answers, or later down in life, it comes back, not necessarily to haunt you, but it comes back to be of good support to you in developing your business and your project. Right. So we're getting some answers. Everybody give an answer. If it's all, no problem, but take it one step at a time, right?